Hi. So, I've been uploading one video since the start of January, which was not my initial plan. Initially, I planned of making two videos per week, but this has not been the case, obviously. So, what's the reason behind it? This is why I've made today's video. In short, the answer to my inconsistency is poor time management. I've just not been able to prioritize and schedule the task according to urgency and importance. The long answer, let's begin. So, in the start of January, I had my university exams, so I was quite busy around that time, but that ended quite quickly and I was free at around 4th of January. But you know what? My poor sleep schedule continued. So time passed by and I kept on wasting time. Also, around that time, I was weighing 79 kgs on weighing scale, and I was really sad to see myself in that shape. So I decided that this needs to change, and I started exercising. So within 16 days, I was able to lose 6 kgs. I started exercising on 8th of January, and by 24th of January, I was weighing 73 kgs from 79. So this is a big jump. The journey started back in 2023 when I was weighing 80 kg, and a fact, I I touched 80 kg for the first time in my life at that time. I was never that overweight. So I was irritated, I was depressed, I was frustrated, and I was sad with myself. And I know that nobody is going to do anything about it, and it is only me who has to do something. Otherwise, the things would get way more worse from here. Therefore, I started exercising, and I was able to lose 14 kgs in around 1.5 months. I do not recommend losing such massive weight in a short period of time, but you know what? I had no other choice and I had to do it. Let me be honest here. I do not have a lot of things to be happy with, and if I'm not content with myself either, then I'm left with a little to no choices to live. So I had no option, I had to lose weight. Well, let's not talk about that. It's a little too depressing. Let's move on and let's talk about today. That means nowadays. Training classes. I've been enrolled in training classes, and in short context, I'm really busy in that. My 9 to 5 time goes in that training, and I have to cover 40 days of work within 15 days. So it's a lot of information overload and overwork. Don't get me wrong, I'm really enjoying that. But you know what? It is really new for me. So inculcating this into my productivity routine is a big task, and I've not been able to do that. But you know what? Gradually, I'm getting used to this routine, and I think I'll be able to adjust it. Now, let's talk about my favorite topic, which I also talked about in my previous what is that life update video, which is called social awkwardness. So in the previous video, I told you about a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. So I personally think that I am a little more confident than the last time that I made the video, and there are a few things that I did. The most important thing that I did is practice. No amount of video or books or any guidance is going to help you unless you practice. And the first few interactions can go horribly wrong, but you know what? Those are really necessary. I recently went to a book fair held in Delhi. I met a lot of book enthusiasts there, and I even talked to a lot of strangers as well. In the previous life update video, I talked to you about my specific fear of talking to pretty girls, right? And to my surprise, they were very human. I mean, the fear that I had, it all existed in my mind. It didn't exist in real life. The real life was way different from what I imagined in my mind. When I when I approached a girl with the intention of nothing, the entire conversation happened like a flow of river. I didn't think of anything. I didn't think of my next dialogue. I didn't think of any worse possibility. I didn't think of what if I froze, what if I mess up, what if she judges me. I didn't think of anything. I just went with the flow, and almost each conversation was really nice. I was not expecting me to be so good performing, but I was. They are all human, and human likes compliment, and human likes to talk about themselves. Be a good listener, and you'll make friends with a lot of people. I've also learned that communication is a stretchable skill. The more you practice, the more you expand your confidence. It works in the vice versa phenomena as well. If you do not practice for a particular point of time, then your confidence will also shrink. So it is a continuous process. You need to keep practicing the skill. You need to have conversations with strangers on a regular basis in order to keep it on a good level. To get over my social awkwardness, I even started recording myself in public. And you know what? At one time, I even recorded myself in a theater. I went to watch a movie. I won't name it because the theater was completely empty. It would be a disrespect to that movie, so I'm not going to name it. But because it was so empty and all I could see was only the staff, I thought that maybe it's my chance to record myself. And if they're going to judge me, let it be. If they're going to ask me to stop recording, I'll stop. But as long as they're not saying anything and I'm not disturbing anyone, I'll do whatever I want. So I recorded myself and I made a full 1 minute and 30-second video. I can't tell you how long those 1 minute and 30 seconds feels when you're constantly, you feel like you're getting hammered in your brain. This is a very wrong analogy that I've said, but you know what I mean. And if not, then try to record yourself in a theater. That awkwardness and that anxiety will explain my feeling. Talking about all these things, I think I'm making significant progress now. Well, it's time to make progress in technical skills as well. I've been on a break for quite some time. If I talk about my future plans, then I'm planning to make Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. There are two major resistances in my life right now. Not fear of rejection and fear of judgment, no, not that. But I'm not been able to manage time. And second thing is, I do not have adequate knowledge of making short form content. So I need to figure out something, and it is only me who need to figure it out. Nobody is going to save me, bitter or sweet. It is what it is. Will I'll meet you in February with some update on how things are going on. Till then, you take care of yourself, and I'll meet you in the next one.